Welcome everyone from What's on the Table. This is Prof G and you are watching another episode of Graded. And today, well, we're not gonna do any grading today as this is just a quick video and just did this out of boredom. And by now you've seen the title of this video, and yes, I did try to color the Batman the Animated Series statue by Legendary Beast Studios, specifically the Rogues Gallery. So if you don't already know, ToyCon 2025 here in the Philippines just wrapped up, and one of the surprise LBS gave us was the unveiling of the 1/3 scale Batman the Animated Series statue. Now I'm talking about this one right here. This was a huge hit during ToyCon, and I remember specifically while I was there, a female was actually even trying to buy it from LBS already. She didn't even care that it was just a prototype. I mean, can you imagine? That's how popular it was during the 3-day event. And I actually agree, it is a solid looking statue. Now, after the very first day, photos has been circulating online and a lot of collectors saw the photos from the official LBS page and everyone chimed in already. Majority was positive, some gave constructive comments, but all in all, the community gave a positive feedback. Now, as it is right now, I'm going to show you the photo of the 1/3 scale Batman the Animated Series statue as it was displayed during the ToyCon 2025. This one right here. So you have Batman front and center in full color being the main character featured in the statue. Of course, you have Joker behind him who also gets a big real estate space because, well, obviously that is Joker and he is considered to be the quote-unquote eternal enemy of Batman. And he is also in full color. And even there, a lot of people are already pointing out why Joker was in full color while the other rogues are uncolored. So they were kind of hoping that Joker would join the same color scheme as the rest of the rogues. And I get it. Well, yeah, fair point. And Jay being Jay, and I think it was Dion who gave the idea, and Jay replied right away and gave a mock-up of Joker being uncolored as well to be consistent with the other rogues. Now, I don't want to say it is grayscale because it has a little bit of color into it. It has that brownish hue paint wash, and I kind of appreciate that because it gives a little bit of depth on the overall colorway of the piece. And I think that is one of the best traits of Legendary Beast Studios, and that is that they listen and take into consideration the constructive feedback of the community. Now, if you're gonna ask me, looking at this with Joker and the rest of the rogues being uncolored, I was already happy with it. I get it. I get the whole concept. We want to make Batman being the main character of the statue to pop, and I think it achieved that. But you're gonna hear from the community why there are some members of the rogues being bigger than the others. Let's say like Two-Face or Poison Ivy over here or Catwoman. You know, they're bigger and it didn't bother me. You see these types of artworks in movie posters and printouts, and I think this gives you the same idea. Now, since this is a very popular piece already and they haven't even announced it for pre-order, a lot of people are already giving feedback and asking if they could possibly get a colored version of the rogues as an option. Now, at first, I was one of those who was not all in with having a colored version because I kind of like the artistic feel of this one and just having Batman as the center of attention. Some collectors say that the bottom part of the base looks a little bit dark and monotone. But in my head, I already knew that this was going to be a light-up statue. And I was banking on the idea that the light-up windows will have that break and separation from the uncolored Rogues Gallery and Batman. So it didn't bother me at all. However, we have to face the facts. We cannot always have the base light up all the time, 24/7. So, there you go. Fair point. It looks really good when it's lit up and have that contrast with the blacks and the grays. But what if you're not going to turn it on? Fair point. That's why a lot of people were recommending or suggesting a full-colored version for the Rogues Gallery. Now at first, I have to admit I was not all for it because I was happy with how it is, as is. And I said that having the Rogues colored might make it look messy at the bottom part. And might take away some of the focus from Batman being the focal point of the statue. So well, to answer this, I just did some coloring in Photoshop. Took me about 15 to 20 minutes just to kill my boredom. But more importantly, I wanted to know and see why a lot of the collectors prefer a colored version because maybe I was in the wrong and I'm not seeing it in their point of view. And this is what I did. This is the uncolored version and this is my colored version. There you go. Now, it is important to note here that this is not going to be the official color scheme of LBS. It's just me coloring it with the right amount of saturation that I prefer, in a way that it will not have conflict and grab away some of the attention from the main character, which is Batman. But I am gonna be the first to admit, I was wrong. It is not gonna look messy at all. No shame in admitting I was wrong. I mean, you guys gave a fair point. This one looks good too. I did this with the intention to convince myself that having a colored rogues will make it look messy, but it kind of backfired, and now I appreciate this one even more. Again, this is not how the final colored rogues will look like. All I did was downloaded photos of the rogues from the Batman animated series, did the whole color picker thing, and painted it. That's it. I am sure LBS will have a better coloring than this mock-up, but I think that addressed my major concern, which is 1, it's not gonna look messy. 2, it's not gonna take anything away from Batman. And 3, I still think it looks pretty cool and artistic. Now, since my plan backfired, I am now really considering getting the colored version. But I still like the uncolored, but at least we don't have to imagine anymore. This is what it could possibly look like, and I'm sure they are going to do a way, way better job than this one. And to end this, I say, no matter which version you choose, either colored or uncolored, I don't think there's a wrong choice. Thanks guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do me a solid and click on the like and subscribe button, or even just give me a shout in the comments section below. If you have a preference on which version you are gonna get for this Batman the Animated Series statue, either colored or uncolored, please let me know also in the comment section below. Thanks again everyone, this is Prof G and you just watched another episode of Graded. See you all on the next one.